Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Shawna Spilling the Presley Tea. And tonight I want to do something very special. We're going to focus on Elvis, just like we did with the trivia and just like we did with Graceland when Trump was there the other day. We're going to focus on Elvis because things get kind of messed up. So welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I found something truly special to share with you all. We're going to be reacting to some rare Elvis footage and beautiful stories from two of the men who knew Elvis the best, George Klein and Wink Martindale. This one looks like it's going to pull at the heartstrings, guys. So grab some coffee, grab whatever drink you're drinking, and let's go down memory lane together. All right? Yes, let's do this, guys. It's going to be fun. I haven't done a reaction video in a while. So we're going to do this. All right, guys, let me do some sharing here. Share screen. All right, guys, this is very old footage, and we're going to have some fun with it. I want some Elvis in my life today. I've had one of those days where I put Scarlett O'Hara in my head. Tomorrow is another day. Today, we're going to do Elvis for all y'all. Are you guys ready? Grab a chair, grab a drink, grab a snack, grab some popcorn, because we're going to have some fun, okay? So here we go. This is George Klein, Wink Martindale, with some rare Elvis footage. So here we go. Let me push play. I got to remember how to do this, guys. All right.
When I was a child, ladies and gentlemen, I was a dreamer. And I read comic books, and I was the hero of the comic book. I saw movies, and I was the hero in the movie. So every dream that I ever dreamed has come true 100 times.
Memories sweeten through the ages just like wine. Down and settle softly to the ground like roll of autumn leaves around my feet. I touch them and they burst apart with sweet memories, sweet memories. Simple ways and quiet nights and gentle days with you. Memories press between the pages of my mind. Memories sweeten through the ages just like wine. Memories, sweet memories,
Yes, Elvis left us with so many great memories. They'll always be pressed between the pages of our minds. My name is Wink Martindale, and this is Elvis Memories. The host of this show is an old friend of mine, George Klein, a longtime radio and television personality from Memphis, Tennessee. George first met Elvis at Humes High School, and they remained close personal friends for 28 years. As a matter of fact, George was one of 14 people at Elvis's wedding, and Elvis was George's best man. George was in many of Elvis's movies, remaining true and loyal to Elvis until the King's untimely death. George Klein, a man who knew.
I was just going to say, guys, this is Wink Martindale. Okay? Martindale, excuse me. He died April 15th, 2025. So he died almost a year ago. And this is him right here. And he's going to be speaking and showing us footage. And George Klein will be in the footage. Okay, guys? So just wanted to tell you, this man is resting in peace right now.
A man who loved Elvis Presley.
Welcome to Elvis Memories. Join us as we present some exclusive stories, beautiful photographs, rare, never-before-seen film footage, reflections of the man that changed all of our lives. We'll be talking to some of Elvis's best friends, relatives, and former associates. You'll see people like his fiancée, Ginger Alden, Mr. Guitar, Chet Atkins, pop music's Dick Clark, movie actress Donna Douglas, television personality David Frost, singing star Mickey Gilley, country music star Merle Haggard, the killer himself Jerry Lee Lewis, entertainer of the year Miss Barbara Mandrell, TV host Wink Martindale, male singer of the year Roddy Millsap, Mr. Blue Suede Shoes Carl Perkins, Elvis's uncle Vester Presley, the great Jerry Reed, Silver Fox Charlie Rich, movie actress Sybil Shepherd, singer T.G. Shepherd, the legendary Hank Snow, singer-songwriter Tony Joe White, a lot more, and of course, Elvis himself.
Well, the image is one thing, and a human being is another, you know.
Well, I heard the news. Well, it's good to rockin' tonight. I'm a rock, man, I'm rock. Well, I heard the news. There's a good to rockin' tonight. I'm gonna hold my baby as tight as I can tonight. She'll know I'm a mighty, mighty man. I heard the news. There's a good to rockin' tonight. I say, meet me in a hurry behind the barn. But don't you be afraid that I'll do you no harm. I want you to bring along my rocking shoes, 'cause tonight I'm gonna rock away all of my blues. If I heard the news, there's a good to rockin' tonight. Play again. Don't you be afraid that I'll do you no harm. I want you to bring along my rocking shoes, 'cause tonight I'm gonna rock away all of the blues. If I heard the news, there's a good to rockin' tonight. Play it again. We're gonna rock all our blues away. We're gonna rock.
He truly was one of a kind, and I don't think there'll ever be another one like him again. He truly was the king, and I guess I was awfully lucky to have been there from the very beginning. Elvis and I graduated together from Humes High School back in Memphis. He went into show business, and I became a disc jockey. Elvis frequently dropped by my radio show, as you can see in this piece of rare footage from 1956. For a while, I traveled with him, and what great memories we shared. His recording sessions, the TV shows, the movies in Hollywood, the exciting personal appearances. We went everywhere from Los Angeles to Hawaii to Canada and back. And the stories of those early days are true classics. But even from back in Humes High School, I knew there was something special about Elvis. He was different, and he always said he wasn't going to change. He was going to stay himself. He told me once, he said, "GK, my goal is the top." And of course he made it. But once Elvis touched your life, you never seemed to be the same again. And it all started with a song.
Without Sam Phillips and Sun Records, the world perhaps may never have heard Elvis Presley. Because Elvis walked into 706 Union to make a record for his mom on her birthday. Sam Phillips recorded that man, and history followed.
Elvis felt a real, sincere desire to be honest in his music, have a little fun with it. Elvis wasn't always serious. You know better than that, George. But when you took that little quick facade off, it was unbelievable when that spiritual quality of Elvis came out.
I mean, Elvis was a rebel, but he was a rebel that he had love in his face.
When I saw him the first time, and I said it.
Hold on, I want to pause this for a minute. Guys, when George Klein was talking to Sam Phillips, people always forget one thing. It wasn't Sam Phillips that recorded Elvis's first record when he came in to make a record for his mama. It was Marion Kisker, or Kiesker, or whatever her last name. Marion was Sam Phillips' secretary at Sun Records. Sam Phillips wasn't there when Elvis initiated, well, when he first recorded. So Marion, hearing Elvis when he was there, decided to keep a copy of the record. So when Sam Phillips came back into the office, she showed him that recording. And he's like, I could probably sell this. So the credit goes to Sam Phillips, yes, but the person that was there was not Sam. It was Marion Kisker, or Kisker. She's the one that recorded the record that Elvis made for his mama, and she kept the record to give to Sam when he came back to the office so he could listen to it. So I want to give the credit to Marion as well, because Sam Phillips wasn't in the office. It was actually Marion. So I just wanted to give the credit. So let's listen to what old Jerry Reed got to say, because I love Jerry Reed. Now he could play guitar and do all of that. And Elvis had admiration for Jerry Reed. In fact, when Elvis was to re-record a couple of Jerry Reed songs, he said, I want Jerry Reed in here to play the guitar. So Jerry Reed was a big thing for Elvis. He wanted to record Jerry Reed songs, but he was like Guitar Man and Too Much Monkey Business. He wanted Jerry Reed playing the guitar when he was recording, because Jerry Reed had a picking fingers that nobody else had back in the day. So let's give credit to Jerry Reed here.
I didn't say it to be cute. I said it because I was blown away. I'd never seen a dude that good looking. He was one of the best looking dudes, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm, sure was.
I mean, baby, when I walked in and saw it, there it was. You know, I ain't no fool. I see, damn, you ain't the best looking thing I have seen. Kind of wish I was a girl right now, Elvis.
On Elvis Memories with an old friend, Wink Martindale. Wink, we're going to take you back to the year 1956. Elvis did perhaps the only ever one-on-one solo television interview with you. What are your memories of that day?
That afternoon at Channel 13, you just had the feeling that something was in the air, that this guy, who had already made a movie in Hollywood and was rising to new heights and was at that time was in a step-by-step battle, so to speak, with Pat Boone, if you'll remember, for popularity. He was on all the magazine covers then, and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You just had the feeling. You didn't know what was happening, but the electricity, George, was incredible.
How about the big show at Rustwood Park scheduled for July 4th? Bob Johnson, surely I know, wants us to mention that, and we want to mention it. I believe the proceeds from this show go to the Cynthia Milk Fund. Is that right, Elvis?
Yes, sir, that's right. And I'd like to say let's see, what would I like to say? I'd like to say that we have a diamond ring that we're going to have as a door prize. It's my initial ring. I've had it for some time, and it has 14 diamonds in it. And we're going to give it away at the door as a door prize.
I see.
And everything.
And all the proceeds from this...
Could you imagine the person that won the diamond ring as a door prize back in this day? My gosh, it would be worth a fortune right now, whoever it was. If it were anyone I would know, I know they would never have sold it, but diamond ring as a door prize. Look how young Elvis is. He doesn't even know how to play the interviewer or the crowd yet because he's so young. You know, he gets it eventually as he matures and gets older. But this is one of his first TV appearances. Not his first. His first was the Dorsey stage show. But this one right here takes the cake, guys. So watch him. It's him in his raw form. He was very young. So is Wink. But it's amazing, guys. Let's continue.
Particular show. This is July 4th at Russwood Park. Elvis is going to be there. He's going to sing and play. His band will be there. Many other stars will be there, too. And we will certainly want you to watch Bob Johnson's column in the Memphis Press Cemetery. Watch all the publicity on it and get your tickets in advance. Elvis Presley, I want to thank you again because we know you're a busy man, and thanks a lot for coming by and seeing us at the dance party and saying hello to all your friends here in Memphis and the Mid-South. And anytime you're in town and want to come by, we certainly will welcome you.
Well, thank you very much, Wink, and I'll see you again.
Okay, thanks a lot. Elvis Presley.
Here's the actual never-before-seen footage of that 1956 Russwood Park concert in Memphis.
Well, you may go to college, you may go to school, you may have a pink Cadillac, but don't you be nobody's fool. Now, baby, come back, baby, come. Come back, baby, come. Come back, baby, I want to play out with you. Well, listen, let me tell you, baby, what I'm talking about. Come on back to me, little girl, so we can play some house. Now, baby, come back, baby, come. Come back, baby, come. Come back, baby, I want to play house with you. All right, play house, baby. All right, play house. Thing, baby, well, I want you to know. Come on back and let's play a little house so we can act like we did before. Now, baby, come back, baby, come. Come back, baby, come. Come back, baby, I want to play out with you. Oh, play it again. All right.
You didn't know what was happening, but you just knew that this man was going to become not only a superstar, but to coin a phrase and to use an overused expression, a legend in his own time. And I, fortunately, was involved in just a couple of little pieces of that, which I'll never forget as long as I live.
By March of 1958, Elvis was an international movie and recording star, making up to $500,000 a month. Then he received a fan letter from Uncle Sam.
Memories sweeten through the ages just like wine.
Elvis told me that he actually, had he requested it, could have gone into special services, but he wanted to be just a regular soldier. Is that right?
He did, and there was one time we were in Grafenwehr on winter maneuvers, and we were sleeping in like 3 foot of snow in our sleeping bags, and they came to Elvis at that time and said, some colonel or something said, Mr. Presley, we're going to take you back to Miami to disc jockey convention, and then we're going to bring you to Paris for the air show, and then we've arranged for you to meet the Pope. And Elvis went back to him. He said, gentlemen, sir, there's 15,000 men out there that are sleeping in the snow, and then for me to leave and go to a nice, warm, comfortable place, and then have to come back and work with those guys, he said, I couldn't face them. He said, I think I'll just stay here.
There was a Presley era.
Yeah, I need to stop right here because George Klein shares a touching story with Charlie Hodge anyway. Despite being offered a cozy trip to Paris and a meeting with the Pope, Elvis chose to stay and sleep in the snow with his fellow soldiers because he didn't want to leave them behind. And he definitely didn't want to go to them the next day after he slept in a cozy, warm bed while his soldier buddies are sleeping in the snow. So he didn't want special treatment in the military. And you know how many times I hear other people come to me when I say I'm an Elvis lover, that I have an Elvis channel. So many people have came up to me, go, hey, did you know Elvis was a special service, that he He entertained the troops, and he didn't have to do what the other troops did, and I would stop him right there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Elvis was not in the special service. Elvis was a regular soldier like everybody else. He did not get special treatment. Elvis did everything like a regular soldier like everyone else. He did not want special treatment. But it really boggles my mind how many people do not know that part of Elvis history. There's a lot of people that have came up to me throughout the years thinking that he was in the special service, that he entertained the troops. And I would have to stop them like, whoa, no, he was not. He was a regular soldier, just like everybody else was. He did not have special treatment. In fact, when he was in the military, they would have rations and stuff, and they only had enough money to buy this or that for themselves, boots or a second uniform or whatever. And it was hard for some of these troops to come up with the money for an extra pair of boots or an extra uniform. The only thing special that Elvis did while he was in the Army was being a regular soldier and using his own money. This is a fact. Using his own money to buy his platoon boots or an extra uniform for his platoon. He did that for them. And they remember that to this day. So I just wanted to point it out in case some of y'all are new and don't know. But Elvis was not in the special service. He did not have special treatment. He was a regular soldier boy, just like all the rest. So I just wanted to point out how special it was, because he didn't want special treatment, folks. Not our Elvis, not our guy. I'll start again.
Clothes and hairstyles, and he was the image of America to a lot of the world, and so it was like meeting a pop psychology phenomenon rather than just a pop phenomenon, and to actually see him in the flesh was like back to being a fan again in a way,
Elvis lived in Memphis, Tennessee. His mansion, Graceland, was a landmark even before this city renamed the street Elvis Presley Boulevard. We went behind the Graceland gates to talk to Elvis's uncle, Vester.
Vester, there was a lot of fond memories up here at Graceland. He did love his fans, didn't he?
Yes, he did, very much. And he always said to me, Uncle Vester, don't hurt those cats. They put me on this hill.
In the early years, Elvis was never too busy for his fans, especially his #1 fan, his mother, Gladys Love Presley.
I'm wondering if the person singing right now is Ronnie McDowell, because I remember in the 80s, a lot of these documentaries couldn't use Elvis' real singing. It was a copyright issue or something. So they would always turn to Ronnie McDowell to, to feel the music room in documentaries. So I don't know, but I know that is not Elvis singing right now. It sounds more like Ronnie McDowell.
Fans would come to the show, and girls would faint and guys would fall out. The first time
I'm going to tell you, we just saw, let's put him back here. I'm going to push play.
Blue suede shoes on, blue suede shoes. You can do anything, lay off of my blue suede
shoes. Fans would come to the show, and girls would.
This is Ronnie Millsap. He was a famous country singer. Smoky Mountain Rain. That's what one of the songs he sang. He also sang Any Day Now. And if I remember correctly, when Elvis was recording at the American Sound Studio, a young Ronnie Millsap was with them. And Elvis sang Any Day Now, which was Ronnie's song. And it was a great honor for Ronnie that Elvis sang Any Day Now. Because when Ronnie came out in the early 80s as a country music star, he sang Any Day Now. Yep, he did. And it just reminds me of all these young country singers in the 80s. A lot of them did meet Elvis, and a lot of them did help Elvis out with cover songs. So it's great to see Ronnie. I was a fan of his when I was younger. He did Smoky Mountain Rain, Any Day Now. There's a Stranger in My House. That's a good song. But Ronnie was there in the late 60s when Elvis was at the American Sound Studio. So if you didn't know that, now you do.
Faint, and guys would fall out.
The first time I ever heard Elvis sing was at the old Philadelphia Arena in the mid-50s, and it was the very first time I ever heard an audience scream like that. I'll remember that reaction the rest of my life.
He was wonderful. He was a perfect gentleman. Elvis would treat a lady like a lady if she was a lady, and that's the kind of respect she would.
Sandy Martindale is Wink Martindale's wife, I believe.
Come in. But if she was not,
this when she was very young, guys.
He would treat her however, the situation, whatever the situation would call for is how he would react.
He was a beautiful person, a very warm person, and somebody that I'll always cherish that I got to know.
He was a real gentleman, and I think he had a gentleman's wit. I don't know how to explain that. But if he would be funny or amusing, it would never be vulgar or... He was a gentleman.
I wanted to say to Elvis Presley in the country.
Of course, we have a few stories that we can tell about Sybil Shepherd. There is a history there. Maybe we'll get to it later, but they were lovers once upon a time. Yeah.
But this is a real, decent, fine boy. And wherever you go, Elvis.
Sullivan doing that helped Elvis at the time because, according to America, Elvis was enemy number one. They never had a celebrity so captivating, and they never knew how to market rock and roll. So at the time, Elvis was public enemy number one in America. And Ed Sullivan doing this little speech with shaking Elvis's hand at this point helped the audience embrace Elvis a little bit better than some were embracing him. And this is just like several of his friends, including Jerry Lee Lewis in a minute. They're going to be talking about how Elvis had a great wit. He was very funny in a way, and he was never vulgar. Never vulgar. He was actually pretty tame compared to the rock and roll celebrities of today.
Everybody knows Elvis was probably one of the greatest guys in the world. And he was a funny man. Nobody really realized that, but he really was a great wit. Yeah, he had a great wit, great sense of humor.
Very deep man religiously, really. I'm glad that people are getting into that side of him now, because he was very religious.
When he was 2 years old, he used to go to church and sing and slap his little hands. And
you guys, this woman right here is, if I remember correctly, Danny Smith's grandma. She had the Elvis purse that we all saw in my video when I interviewed Danny Smith, that really awesome Elvis purse. This is Lorraine Smith talking. This was Danny's grandma, I believe.
He'd sing above all everybody else, because he loved to sing then.
Well, I'm tired.
Before we go any further, this is my favorite gospel song. I've already told my husband this better play at my funeral or I'll be coming up to haunt him. True story. Let's listen.
But I must go along till the Lord comes and calls me away. Oh, yeah. Well, the morning's so bright and the Lamb is alive and the night is as black as sea. peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh Lord, I pray. There'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no longer trouble, trouble I see. There will be peace in the valley for me.
You know, before Elvis passed away, there were stories got around Elvis was this and Elvis was that, and I said no, that's just that's false, because I said Elvis was a good Christian boy. He never drank, he never smoked, and
Now, Hank Snow didn't know that part of Elvis, but we all know Elvis did smoke. But I don't think either he didn't know that or he was trying to keep Elvis's image clean. But we all know that Elvis did smoke. He tried to hide it, but in later years he didn't. So I just wanted to throw it out there. You know, old Hank Snow said Elvis didn't smoke, but we all know that he did. It was a vice that, you know, he had, but I think old Hank was either he wasn't aware, or he's trying to keep Elvis's image clean. But it's kind of funny nowadays. It's not a big deal if you smoke, right? But I guess back then it was, you know, it's just for Elvis, he wanted a clean image.
I just thought he was a true example of a good American boy.
He was always appreciative of anything that you had done for him, number one. And secondly, he was charming and, all I can say, old world manners.
He just never really let it go to his head. He knew he had something. I mean, gosh, I imagine all entertainers do, you know, to a certain degree. But
Look how young Billy Smith is here.
he never really used it in a harmful way. He used it in a good way. And, you know, you got to respect a man for that.
Mary, what was some of Elvis's favorite foods that you ladies cooked up at Graceland?
Well, he liked the hamburger steaks, roast beef for his meats, and vegetables. He liked string beans, cream potatoes, and sauerkraut.
What would be your greatest memory of Elvis?
Well, I imagine when he told us about meeting Priscilla. He told us about the beautiful girl that he had met while he was in the service and what she meant to him. And he just explained it a little bit different than what I'd ever heard a boy talk about a girl, you know. And just the way he told us about her and how beautiful she was and what all she meant to him, I think it's just one thing that I will always remember.
Elvis said later, he said, man, it's like she walked in, so I looked at her, and he said, it was like, where have you been all my life? You know, and really, I think it affected him that way.
On May 1st, 1967, Priscilla walked down that aisle. We called it Elvis's May Day, and I was there.
Yes, we know George Klein was there and everything, but after everything's all said and done with the fairy tale, and now it's gone to heck with what real truth has come out. We know Elvis was blackballed into marrying her. We know he didn't want to marry her. When it's all said and done, basically, he was rushed and pushed into it. He told Red West that on the phone, remember, guys? So we know the whole story here, and George Klein was there, and sometimes, guys, don't hold this against me, but sometimes I wished he'd have never met that girl in Germany. Sometimes I wish he'd have just stayed with Anita Wood, because she would have stayed with him for the long haul, I think. That was true love to me. Priscilla, if y'all read Child Bride, then you know where I am and where I stand when it comes to that woman, especially after everything's said and done, and what we've also heard behind the scenes of how she thought about everything in the court documents that's going on right now. Yeah, it's kind of, we can't change the past, but I still wanted to point out my feelings before we watch this wedding footage here.
At about 4 in the morning, Elvis and Priscilla went to the Clark County Courthouse, where Elvis paid $15 for a marriage license. Then they drove to the Aladdin Hotel and retired, with the wedding set for early that same morning. There were only 14 people at the actual wedding, but a huge reception and press conference followed, and almost immediately the news was flashed around the world that Elvis Presley had been married. They were the picture of true love. Elvis was the happiest I'd seen him in a long, long time, and it was a dream come true for Priscilla.
And I have to tell you something else, guys. I think a lot of these people kept Priscilla's fairy tale going, or they wouldn't be invited to Graceland. This is my personal opinion. She ran it for a long time. And I think she only invited people and would associate with people that would keep her fairy tale going. Those that knew and saw through her were not invited to Graceland, didn't do the documentaries, were not allowed to do anything EPE-wise. So I really think a lot of this old footage of them admiring Priscilla and stuff was just their way of, dare I say it, ass kissing, so they can stay, you know, on the up and up with EPE, because they wanted to say their stories. And there's a lot of the Memphis Mafia that weren't ever allowed after Elvis died, because they wouldn't keep the fairy tale going. So just thought I'd throw it out there.
Priscilla, a 5-foot wedding cake, and a massive diamond ring that Elvis's jeweler had flown in from Memphis, and attention like she'd never ever seen before. Michelle, Priscilla's younger sister, was her maid of honor. Mr. Presley was there, as were Priscilla's parents and family. That afternoon, we all flew back to Palm Springs. Elvis and Priscilla stayed there for a short honeymoon, then settling down to life in California and Graceland in Memphis.
I'm going to point out that they did spend a little bit of their honeymoon at the Circle G Ranch as well, but I don't think George Klein knew to say that at the time.
Oh, holding hands and red bouquets, white trimmed with purple haze, and laughing eyes and simple ways, and quiet nights and gentle days with you.
Almost a year later, Lisa Marie Presley was born.
And that was probably one of the happiest times I ever seen Elvis. I mean, he was gleaming like, it's unexplainable. I mean, he was really, really elated.
He really loved Lisa, didn't he, John?
Oh, definitely. He wanted to give her all the love and everything that he didn't have when he was a kid, so he gave her everything. She gave her a mean coat. A little girl, a mean coat, you know. I mean, Priscilla.
Yeah, she got the mink coat, I believe, when she was 5.
Didn't like that too much. She figured that was spoiled, so she didn't get it till much later.
Yeah.
But,
when she was 8 years old.
She had a diamond ring, you know. But he just loved. Well, he loved giving things anyhow.
Elvis was many things to many people in his movies. He was loving, he was youth, he was cute, he was violent, he was happy, he was sensitive, he was sexy, and he was a genius when it came to singing. He left us with so many movie memories, 33 films in only 16 years. A great way to remember the man we still call the King.
I enjoyed working with him very, very much, you know.
You guys tell me in the comment section below, what movie was Donna Douglas in with Elvis? Please let me know. I know the answer. They were lovers. Oh, Lordy, how they could love. That's all I will say. But tell me in the comment section below, what Elvis movie did Donna Douglas star in? And what also is Donna Douglas famous for? She did play a hillbilly.
Very nice, warm person, and very professional person.
I know he was cutting the station one time to one of the soundtracks for a movie, and Elvis says, "I want the Jordanaires to sing along on the chorus with me on this." Hollywood director come running in there, Jerry, and he says, "Oh no, Elvis," he says, "you don't understand where this song is going to be used in the movie." He says, "You're riding down the highway on a motorcycle when you're singing this song." Said, "Where would the voices be?" Elvis said, "The same damn place the band is."
In 1969, Elvis returned to the stage in Las Vegas. Those memories coming up.
Do you have any thoughts about the rising interest in country music?
I think it's fantastic. You see, country music was always a part of the influence on my type of music anyway. It's a combination of country music and gospel and rhythm and blues all combined is what it really was. As a child, I was influenced by all of that.
Do you consider yourself basically a country music singer then?
I would hate to say strictly country because of the fact that I liked all different types of music when I was a child. You know, of course, the Grand Ole Opry was the first thing I ever heard, probably. But I liked blues and I liked the gospel music, gospel quartets and all that.
You ever pull out any of those old records from the Sun label and listen to them at all?
They sound funny, boy. They got a lot of echo on them, man, I'll tell you.
That's all right, Mama. That's all right with you. That's all right, Mama. Just any way it's Julie. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right, Mama. And this way it's Julie. Well, now my mama, she done told me. Papa done told me too. Son, that gal you fooling the way she ain't no good for you, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all right, now, Mama. And the way you do. Wait a minute. I say I'm leaving town, baby. I'm leaving town for sure. Right, and then you won't be bothered with me hanging around your door, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all right, now, Mama. And the way you do. I did it, I dee, 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 dee. I need your love, man. I'm out of breath. That's all right, now, Mama. And the way you wanna do.
He was the most exciting person that ever walked in the studio.
He was what he's going to always be, the king of rock and roll music.
He was the greatest. He was, you know, Elvis could sing any type of music that he wanted to sing. That's what made him so believable, and that's why he was so great as he was.
I think he's one of the greatest singers there ever was, regardless of his magnitude on stage or whatever. He had the talent to go with it, a huge talent.
See, he was the greatest singer of all time.
What was it about him that made him so great, in your opinion?
Oh, just an electrifying artist, different style. He was good. And you're good. You don't have to take a back seat to anybody, you know. And Elvis, he never had to take a back seat. He was, when he walked out on stage, he demanded attention.
Jerry, you once told me you had several favorite rock and roll songs, but one of your all-time favorite rock and roll songs was "Don't Be Cruel."
Mm-hmm.
And
really?
Why was that, Jerry?
I don't know. I just thought it was one of the greatest songs I've ever heard. And we just recorded it.
You know I can be found sitting home all alone. If you can't come around, at least please telephone.
I mean, he was the innovator. He was the one that started everything rolling. And music as we know it today.
Now I'm pausing for a minute. This is Mickey Gilley, okay? Mickey Gilley is the cousin of Jerry Lee Lewis. They both are piano players and rock and roll country piano players. But what I'm saying is Mickey Gilley is the cousin of Jerry Lee Lewis, and they have kind of the same type of style. Jerry Lee Lewis went the rock and roll route. Mickey Gilley went the country, rhythm and blues route. But they have a style almost the same, like they had the same piano teacher in a way. If you guys want to see a comparison, listen to a Jerry Lee Lewis song and listen to a Mickey Gilley song. They're pretty close. But I wanted to throw out that Mickey Gilley right here is the cousin of old Jerry Lee. great balls of fire. So I want to throw it out to you guys. And I really liked Mickey Gilley. So.
Day stems from what Presley.
In fact, he had a very big honky tonk back in the day called Gilley's.
Did when he changed everything to the beats.
Oh, and I wanted to also say in the Gilley's honky tonk, that was the main honky tonk in the movie Urban Cowboy. If you like John Travolta, Urban Cowboy, my parents did, and so did I growing up. The bar was Gilley's, and it was Mickey Gilley's bar that was in and filmed in the movie Urban Cowboy. But he is Jerry Lee Lewis's cousin, guys.
And the type of music that he was singing and playing.
As far as rock and roll was concerned, I mean, Elvis was definitely, yeah, he was the boss. He was the one that broke open a whole field for a bunch of old cotton field boys like myself.
Elvis came out with a style of his own, and it was very creative. And once he got into it, and you got that feel, Elvis just took off like a late freight. And with Elvis doing this kind of music, gave an injection to black music that no other artist had ever done.
I met him one night. In fact, he introduced himself to me and told me that he enjoyed my music and invited me out to his house. And the thing that was just so fantastic about it was the fact that a superstar would come up to somebody just really starting that really had nothing going for him and would just give you such encouragement and say, hey, I really like what you're doing. I mean, that doesn't happen. You don't see that too much from too many superstars.
He was the master of making people feel as though they knew him, although maybe they never got within a mile of him, but they would feel as though he was their friend and someone they could trust and love. And as I said, I'm no different than anyone else. I was and am a big Elvis Presley fan, and I think of all the many wonderful hours of pleasure he's given all of us.
Many years went by before I had the pleasure of meeting Elvis, but I grew up with him just like everybody else.
There's a lot of great entertainers in the world, but it's just a few, that will come by and just move people, but really not having to do nothing.
You can put a lot of people into categories, but the only category you can put him in is legend in his time and legend in our time. And I don't think I could say it any stronger than that.
A live concert, to me, is exciting because of all the electricity that was generated in the crowd and on stage.
Summer of 1969, Elvis returned to the stage, giving his first live show in 9 years at the Las Vegas International Hotel. He did 2 shows a night for 30 days and broke all Vegas attendance records. He became the highest paid performer in the history of show business. Critics from every media in the country agreed that Elvis was the king of entertainment. Some of my favorite home movies in this special were shot in sort of a dim light, a little bit out of focus. But what does come into very sharp focus is the magnetism of Elvis, the way he related to the audience, the way he moved on stage, the way he actually became a part of his music. There's never been anyone like Elvis, and these films are very important in remembering the life of Elvis Presley.
Oh, see right. Oh, see what you have done. I see right. Oh, see what you have done. Tell you, baby, love you, won't be back for. Hear what I say. Well, I'm going away, baby. Oh, I won't be back for. I'm going away, baby. Well, I'm going be back for. I'm gonna find the girl, won't be back for. Hear what I'm saying. Take it, son.
Well, I think the most important thing is the inspiration that I got from a live audience. I was missing that.
Of course, right here, this is an Elvis singing right here. I can tell It has to be either Ronnie McDowell or somebody else. They just probably didn't own the rights to the songs for this video. There is some Elvis singing in some of this, but not this one. I'm a pretty good ear, and that's not Elvis, but they were giving us an idea of what he was like on stage. Okay, guys, this is part 1. I'm going to stop it right here. We are 31 minutes into a special that's 49 minutes long. Unfortunately, guys, I've got to go. I've got to make dinner and wait for my son to come home from Brazilian martial arts. He just got his white belt the other day. I'm so proud of him. My little baby is learning martial arts, and he's doing a really good job because it's not karate. It's Brazilian martial arts, which is a type of jiu-jitsu. I can't pronounce it right, but anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this footage this evening. I know I did. I've never seen this before. This is the first time ever. I do have 20 minutes left. I will give you the part 2 of this tomorrow night. There's only 20 minutes, guys. I will give you part 2 tomorrow night of this. But it has been amazing. I really think it has. Because at the end of the day, it's awesome that we can have this old footage. And I want to give a shout out to EP Vault for helping me and giving me this footage so I can give this to you tonight, guys, because, you know, he has a lot of footage on his site. So go to EP Vault if you want to see any of this stuff. But I just wanted to put it out there that I have not seen this, so I definitely wanted to do a reaction video to this because, my gosh, it's awesome to be able to see this. So thank you, EP Vault, for this footage. That's why he's called EP Vault. It's a vault on his channel. There's all kinds of old footage, and it's a gift. So thank you, EP Vault, for this. Guys, if you are listening, thank you guys for joining me this evening. You could have went to any Elvis channel to see Elvis tonight, but you didn't. You came to mine, and for that, I love each and every one of you for it. Know that tomorrow night I'll do part 2 of this, the last 20 minutes. If you want to watch me watch this, I will put it out tomorrow night, okay, guys? But this mama has got to cook some supper for my kid and my husband because they're out doing Brazilian martial arts, and they're going to be hungry when they get home. But guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening. All right, I'll do part 2 tomorrow night, okay? So, all right. Thank you, guys. TCBTLC. God bless you all. And you know what? I'll see you on the other side. Always. Love y'all. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting this channel. But know that YouTube has changed. That's right. YouTube has changed. They're not letting some of us, like EP Vault and me, get the views. They're going to the smaller channels, guys. So if you want to see more videos like this and you want to support my channel, please give a thumbs up and a comment in the section below, because that keeps the algorithm going so this video can circulate. I want this video to circulate. We need to give Elvis the love. He gets lost with all of this other crap and jargon and legal stuff and drama and TMZ crap, which I am guilty of, but it's fun to put the dish on things, right? Every once in a while when I spill the Presley tea. But tonight I wanted to give it all to our guy. I wanted to give this all to Elvis, okay, guys? So if you could please give me a thumbs up on this video and comment in the comment section below. It gets the algorithm going because YouTube policy has changed. And we have been seeing a lot of the views go down. So let's raise up Elvis. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment in the comment section below, guys. And let's get the algorithm and trick it, because something is going on with YouTube. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. God bless you all. And I will see you tomorrow night with part 2. Bye, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. Love Elvis. Bye now.